Hi, I'm Marty Schupak. Welcome to Jets Rewind Plus. I'm sorry if I have my chart closed. There's a reason for that. This is where I try to become coach and general manager, give some ideas, then a game plan. And if the Jets follow it, they'll win the game against the Patriots. I've been pretty good the last few weeks, and I just want to go over it. And a lot of it's personnel. A couple of huge developments happened today, and I'll go over that right away. And I moved this close. I don't know if you could see. This is like the injury report, and I'm going to go through it. Something happened really extraordinary. Not surprising, though, but out for this week is the starting center, David Andrews. That is huge. And I'm telling you, it is huge. Defensive tackle, Christian Barmore, he's out. For the Jets, Corey Davis is out. Questionable for the Patriots, Nelson Aguilar, Isaiah Wynn, the offensive tackle, but I don't even think he would play. He's in the doghouse there. They all had limited practices, all these guys. The one of note, though, is the safety, Kyle Dugar. He did not practice today. Now, there's a chance he won't be playing, which is pretty huge, too. And also the left guard, Mike Owenyu, he was limited. So the Jets had our devastating injuries last week with Brees Hall and Elijah Verataka. It's that part of the year where a lot of these players start to go down, and the Patriots, they're having issues themselves. One thing I want to point out also that hasn't been spoken about a lot in this area, though, it's the punter of the Patriots, and I just made a note for me, Jake Bailey, as I move this a little back. Now, he was an all-pro a couple of years ago, just like you see in baseball, sometimes with relief pitchers. It's hard to maintain sustainability. He has been awful this year. It's just, I've never seen a guy drop like Jake Bailey, the punter of the Patriots. It's gotten so bad that Bill Belichick actually brought in a couple of guys to try out this week. Now, I don't know if that was for motivation for Bailey or what, but I'll tell you what, the Jets special teams did a great job. They've been doing a very good job. First punt of the game, I would put in the punt block. All right. Even if they end up roughing him, and I don't want anyone to get injured, but you're going to put thoughts in his head. He's lacking confidence right now. So that could be a big advantage for the Jets. Now, as far as the Jets defense, I mentioned that Andrews is out. The starting guard is Ferenc. He's a backup center. I believe he's 33. He's only starting 6 games in his career. This is the 7th game he's starting. What I would do is I would move Quentin Williams over from the guard position, and it's not going to be all game. Put him nose up on Ferenc. Let Ferenc see that he's got the best tackle in the NFL right now, defensive tackle, playing like 6 inches away from him. And he's also got to call the blocking assignments. Let's make it as difficult as possible. We don't have to put him there every play, but I would put him there on at the beginning of the game. The Patriots also have been very good running the ball between the tackles, but they've also been known to run a very good sweep. And when they do that, they like to have the receiver pinch in the defensive end. They'll pull one guard, sometimes 2, and they'll move another running back to lead the way. And they've been pretty good at turning the corner. But I'll say this. When Bill Belichick sees the Jets rotate and they have Solomon Thomas in there and Shepard, he's going to run the ball straight up the gut. But the Jets, they have to protect the middle and they have to protect the outside too. Fortunately, this year, Alexander and Quincy Williams have the speed. their lateral movement is very good. Okay. Quan Alexander, he made a couple of great plays the last couple of weeks. Devontae Parker, could have DJ Reed on him, Jacoby Myers, Sauce Gardner, and I mentioned watch out for the sweep. Watch the Patriots. I know that Bill Belichick, he took a part of his practice this week, and he had Mac Jones practice his cadence, and he's going to want to get the Jets to go off sides. Tom Brady was a master of it. Watch Mac Jones try it. The Jets have to be disciplined. Also, something else they practice. When the Jets rotate, watch for the Patriots to have a quick play. When the Jets rotate on defense, Bill Belichick loves to catch the Jets. He used to do this with Rex Ryan a lot with 12 men on the field. So they have to watch those two things, the cadence count and the substituting, having 12 men on the field. Okay. Sauce Gardner, besides the linebackers with the lateral speed, I'm not concerned about DJ Reed coming up and making tackles, but Sauce Gardner's got to make tackles, and he can't hold. I mentioned this on Jets Rewind. I promise you, before the game, Bill Belichick is going to go to the head referee, and he's going to say, look, that number one on the Jets is a great ball player, but do me a favor, watch him, because he does a lot of holding, and he gets away with it. The Jets, I really believe that they have more talent on defense than the Patriots offense. You have to watch for some gimmick plays because they're going to run some gimmick plays, and the Jets cannot over pursue. But as I put it here, the Jets should play it straight. When you have more talent than the opposition, you want to play it straight. So that's what they have. I want to see them do on defense. Now let's turn over to the offense. On offense, this is the biggest game in Zach Wilson's short career. It's the 18th game he'll be playing, and it all really is going to be on his shoulders for a number of reasons. Breece Hall was doing great for us. We're not going to have the same thrust when it comes to our running game, and our line continues to be depleted. It continues where we're mix and matching, and there's not a lot of cohesion over a number of weeks in a row. Zach Wilson has the ability to excel. It's all really above his neck. The last two games, he hasn't done really that well. Last game, he looked awful, not completing a pass over 10 yards. I could get down on Zach Wilson, but I also realized the fourth quarter of the Pittsburgh game, he did great. The second half of the Miami game, he did very good. He can do it. Bill Belichick is going to be doing everything he could to mix him up, to not show him the same look. You're going to see Belichick lining up 8, 9, 10, 11 guys up on the line of scrimmage sometimes. Sometimes he'll drop 7 back. Sometimes he'll drop 9 back. He's just going to try to confuse Zach Wilson, okay? What the Jets have to do on offense to win, first of all, they have a superstar player, and I usually circle them. I did. Matt Judon, who's like the linebacker. He plays everywhere. He could move up to the edge. He could move to the other side of the edge or linebacker. I believe he's leading the NFL in sacks. The guy is just phenomenal. The Jets are playing this new tackle. I call him the Big O because I can't pronounce his name. I would have the tight end line up next to him to give him help. Keep in mind, too, last week we played 11 personnel, which is 1 running back and 1 tight end. I would go to 12 personnel this week, just because I believe that we can establish the run, and with the 12 personnel, we'll have more blocking. CJ Uzomah, again, this is no knock on Conklin. I believe he's the better blocker of the two, and he's also a formidable receiver. I would play him in there. And I'd also play Conklin in there. Now, the Patriots do what they call a single high cover, where they take the safety and they move him back deep. They do this, or they will do this, because if you look at the film, Zach Wilson has had a problem with the single high safety. All right. A lot of Zach Wilson's problems are that he forces the ball too much. He's uncertain about what to do in certain situations. Case in point, last week, whenever he goes back, when he backpedals, and if he's getting pinched on the edge by a pass rusher, Zach will try to beat him to the outside, which he could do. It happened last week, but what Zach has to do, instead of trying to beat the defensive end who's rushing to the outside, you got to learn to step up so the blocker could push that pass rusher past him. All right, great quarterbacks know how and when to step up, and Zach has got to do it. I mentioned 12 personnel. I would try doing quarterback draw, a quarterback sweep. If you watched a lot of football, you'll see Daniel Jones of the Giants does it. Trevor Lawrence does it from the Jaguars. You could put Zach Wilson in a position where he's not going to be like Josh Allen and just go head first. He could run with the ball, but he's got to be smart. And the Jet offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur, has got to be smart too. Another thing I would do, I would put it in a quarterback package. I've been saying this for weeks. I've been saying it with Chris Streveler. If you activate Chris Streveler, though, if you've been doing this, he's going to know something's up. Another option is a player who I don't even like, and I don't even think should be on the 53-man roster. Jeff Smith was a converted quarterback from Boston College. If he can still throw the ball, everyone says he's fast. I haven't seen much out of this guy, but I would put in a package 2, 3, or 4 plays just to mix it up. Remember, going back years, the Miami Dolphins, when they first showed the NFL the Wildcat, it was against the Patriots, and the Patriots didn't know what to do. You might want to try something like that, especially with the Jets offense is really struggling. Okay. I would also try a no-huddle offense. Let's play up-tempo. And Zach loves to roll out, so let's help him out. And I've been saying this, and have a moving pocket to one side, preferably his right. It'll cut the field in half, which we really don't want to do, but he seems to be more comfortable. So that's about it. The Jets have to watch for Matt Jones, McCourtney. Jonathan Jones is very good. Again, Elijah Moore, there's talk about moving him more into the slot and Garrett Wilson on the outside. Michael Carter, I'm counting on Michael Carter. He's not a Breece Hall, but I think he's going to have a real good game. Just have to play smart football. They could do it. It's all comes down to what could Zach Wilson do. He's got to relax. He's got the ability. He's just got to have confidence, and he's got to react. He can't overthink the situation. Okay, so we're going to close it out. Listen, I want to keep doing this for better or for worse, even with if there's a couple of minor mistakes, like if you notice on defense, I forgot to put the linebackers down. But anyway, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, make a couple of comments. I really believe the Jets are going to win. I'll be incredibly upset if they don't. So, and make sure you catch us on Jets Rewind. Our next podcast is probably going to be Sunday after the game. So for Marty Schupak and Jets Rewind Plus, until next time.